All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kwadash. Second of all, I want to give the honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hopeful elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. All right, so I just want to do a short lesson on how alone the spirit of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai allows it to go. And I want to name the video, This is Why We Call Him the Devil. All right, and the him that I'm speaking about is the so-called white man, woman, and child. All right, this is why we call you the devil. All right, and Lord Will's brothers can see on the screen. I took a screenshot of an article that I took a couple of days ago. All right, and it says New Florida Standard teaches students that some black people benefited from slavery because it taught them useful skills. All right, so down here in Florida, they're actually saying, man, and again, this is why we call the so-called white man Satan, man, or the devil, or the wicked one. All right, and we've been telling our people uh, that this man is the devil. All right, and there's more proof. All right, more proof that this man is the devil and his hatred for you. All right, his disrespect, the disrespect that he has for you. All right, these devils are saying in slavery, some people benefited because they learned trades. All right, it says the standard, which was blasted by a statewide teacher union as a step backwards, were approved Wednesday by the State Board of Education. All right, so again, they're saying that some black people, not all, some black people, all right, out there down here in Florida, they benefited from slavery because it taught them useful trades. That did that trade create generational wealth? Was Esau paying them? All right, was Esau paying them what they for paying them for those useful trades? Those are questions you got to ask yourself. Was Esau paying them back then for that? Did those trades, those useful trades that they learned, did it create generational wealth for that family? No, the man or woman that knew those useful trades more than likely died broke, and their family is broke to this very day. All right. So where was the benefits that you raped, robbed, and murdered us? All right, and then you so-called gave us useful skills, didn't pay Jake. All right, those trades didn't create generational wealth more than likely it didn't create it for those families. So where was the benefit? Where was the benefit? All right, where was the benefit of it? All right, and if the Jake did teach his son, and his son, whatever. All right, those trades, and he started coming, maybe making a little money from it. Esau more than likely, the Edomites, Esau probably more than likely got jealous and probably lynched him. So where was the benefits? It didn't create generational wealth for that man's family. All right, Esau wasn't paying him. All right, if he was, paying, he was paying him crumbs. All right, so where was the benefit in it? There was no benefit. All right, there was no benefit. And again, this is why we call the so-called white man the devil, man. The devil that the King James Bible speaks of, man. You Jakes out there, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native and Seminole Indians, all right, need to wake up and realize that this man is the devil. All right, and again, he's just showing it. The scripture says that speak about shameful spewing. This America has a dark history. Everything about America is dark. All right, from slavery to the massacring, from the transatlantic slave trade to the slaughtering of the Native Indians. All right, even going down to the South Americas. All right, the whole history of America is dark. All right, consists of rape, robbery, and murder. All right, in the name of Christianity. By the way, too. All right, so the history of this place is dark, and these Edomites try to do anything and everything to try to make things, you know, uh, um, try to make things less, makes things sound less harsh. All right, no, this place was founded on rape, robbery, and murder. All right, you got to be kidding me. Useful trades? Come on, man. But hey, this again, that's the devil. Nothing this man does can really surprise you, man. Nothing he does or says can really surprise you. All right. The other one that before they said that Jake was indigenous servitude was in what I forget how you pronounce the word. I struggle saying the word, but basically it was voluntary slavery. Basically, like, it was just a job. Like these man. Let's lock it. This is Sirach chapter 19. I don't want to keep reading. This is Sirach chapter 19, verse 26. There is a wicked man who is the wicked, the so-called white man. All right. There is a wicked man that hangeth down his head sadly. Right. When you talk about slavery and all of that. Oh man, we knew we apologize. We're sorry. That was our ancestors. They were they erred in their ways. All right. It's just scripture speak about the children seeking to please the poor. And that's why you get bullshit like Black History Month. Now reparations has been a talk, which ain't gonna happen. They've been talking about that for the last few years. Um, Indigenous Day, uh, Juneteenth, bullshit like that. All right. There's a wicked man that hangeth down his head, sadly, but inwardly he is full of deceit. Right. Inwardly he is full of deceit, and that's the proof. He's full of deceit. He don't give two shits about you going into slavery. He don't give two shits about what you suffered. He could give two shits, and that's the proof that him saying some dumb shit like that. Um, a trade. Jake learned trade, useful trades. All right, when they was in slavery, which again didn't create generational wealth, didn't pay them for it. All right, didn't pay them for their skills. All right, didn't create generational wealth because that man probably died broke and his family was broke. Probably is broke to this very day. All right, and if Jake was able to come up somewhat, pass it down to his son or whatever, um, more than likely Esau got jealous and they hanged him or they murdered him. All right, or whatever, or Esau shitted his family out of a business or whatever the family might have had, or whatever, man. All right, but there was no benefit. There was no benefit for us being in the slavery, man, and being in slavery. No benefit. All right, and we wasn't meant to benefit from it. We were put in slavery as a punishment. All right. But like the scripture said, there's a wicked man that hangeth down his head sadly. And again, that's why you get bullshit holidays to pacify Jake, like Juneteenth. Um, again, Black History Month. Bullshit like that. Apologies. All right. Um, what was Nancy Pelosi and all a couple 3 years ago? Was kneeling down. This basically pacify Jake. Just pacify Jake. Look like they're sorry, but the inward thoughts, you're like, man, fuck these niggas, man, and what they've been through. There's a wicked man that hanging down his head sadly, but inwardly he is full of deceit. And that's Esau, man, because he don't give two shits about you being in slavery. He don't give two shits about you struggling now. Never have and never will. Cast down his countenance and make as if he heard not. He is not known. He would do thee mischief before thou be aware. Right? He would do you mischief before you be aware. And all this man has ever done to us is mischief. All right? That's it. All he ever done to us is mischief. We the old 40 acres. Matter of fact, yeah, let's get this real quick. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Now this really applies to the scriptures really talking about, you know, the elect men out there on the highways and the hedges pushing his word. All right? But you count it too, because enslaved. What account did Esau give to us for our ancestors for being in slavery? None. All right, this Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness, which again, the righteous men today is the men out there pushing this word. All right, but really, as a whole, Israel is the righteous. The scriptures say the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor. Which who is the righteous of the earth? Israel, the nation of Israel. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native and Seminole Indians. But on this side, it's only the elect right now. So that really applies to the elect. But ultimately, again, Israel is the righteous. All right, because we're more, because we were the law, statutes, and commandments was given to us. Even though a majority of our people are wicked as hell. All right, ultimately, Israel is the righteous, and at the end of the day, the Lord will make all of us righteous and stand in the great boldness before the face of the face of such that have afflicted him, which who's afflicted us, the so-called white man. All right, and that made no account of his labors. Right, it made no account of his labor. Where's the payoff that our ancestors got for slavery? It's supposed to be 40 acres and a mule or whatever. Nothing. You got Jake out there battling for reparations now. Still nothing. All right. So again, like the scripture say, he made no account of his labors, of our labors. And again, this really applies for the men out there on the highways and the byways pushing this word right now. But it also can apply to slavery, because he never gave us anything for slavery. Which again, we weren't supposed to benefit from slavery anyway. But this devil coming out and putting bullshit out like this. What was the real payoff? There was no real payoff. We didn't benefit at all from slavery, man. Our ancestors didn't benefit at all from slavery. All right, and shit didn't create no generational wealth. All these hardware. Who think own all them stores? All right, them hardware chains and all that shit. Think Jake don't own them stores? All right, most of the Jakes you see that do jobs like painting or carpentry or anything like that. All right, a lot of them may be better than a lot of Edomites, but Esau get the max pay, and they'll shit Jake from a high position, or shit him by way of pay when he really deserves more. So even to this day, we get no justice. So that shit didn't benefit us, man. All right, at all. But again, this is why we call this man the devil, man, and this is why he's gonna pay. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquities of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with the cities. Right, the Lord said, prepare slaughter for his children. Whose children? The ones that of the Edomites that afflict us. And anyways, we're all forefathers coming back. Your forefathers coming back. All right. So you're gonna pay on this side for what you did to our forefathers and into us in our past life. And how you gonna pay? Slavery. All right. By going into slavery. It's Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity should go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. All right, here's the patience and the faith of the saints. All right, which were the saints? The Israelites, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native and Seminole Indians. All right. Let me grab one more and I'm going to close it out. Some Israelites Israelites down here, they're just picking up steam. A lot of Israelites are angry about this. But again, Jacob uh, be rocked back to sleep. But this is stirring up talks. But that's straight bullshit, man. We didn't benefit at all from slavery, man, at all. All right. This is Sirach chapter 35, verse 17. The prayer of the humble pierce the clouds. Until they come, he would not be confounded, and would not depart to the Most High shall behold to justly judge righteously and execute judgment. For the Lord will not be slack, neither will the mighty be patient towards them, till he have smitten and asunder the loins of the unmerciful. Who's the unmerciful? Esau. Did he show us any mercy on the transatlantic slave trade, or the massacring of the Native and Seminole Indians, or the massacring of the so-called Taino Indians, the so-called Native and Seminole Indians, or the so-called Negroes? No, he was unmerciful. All right, and repay vengeance to the heathen. The Edomites are heathens. All right, the top heathens. Till he have taken away the multitude of the proud, which Esau is the proud. Scripture say the proud of thy heart have deceived thee, and broken the scepter of the unrighteous, which is who? Esau. All right, till he have rendered to every man according to his deeds. Right. He that leadeth into captivity should go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Those are the deeds that Esau did to us. He put us in slavery, and he murdered us. All right, those are the deeds that he did to us. So those deeds are going to be pushed back to him double. And to the works of men according to their devices. He have judged the cause of his people, which was his people, Israel, and made them to rejoice in his mercy. All right, so yeah, man, this is straight bullshit, man. But again, You can't be surprised. Anything this devil puts out now, I'm not surprised. Him saying bullshit like this. And hopefully it stirs up controversy. It keeps stirring up. It stirs up into an uproar. All right. If they don't change it or whatever. All right. This guy DeSantis is a devil. All these people, all these people are devils, man. Every white man, all the so-called white people, of course, Salaki are devils. All right. But a lot of people like DeSantis. This man is a fucking devil, man. All right. But with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. Little side note, he's Satan. He's Satan too. He's hand in hand with Satan because he is Satan. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashira, Kakwadash, double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and safety to you brothers that push this truth and sincerity. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.